Hello, hello, and welcome back as I don my white pinstripe suit and pull a hellified gangsta lean because I'm the smoothest damn criminal since Annie wasn't okay in Perfidious Pete Plays Darkest Dungeon. And when it comes to okay, really I should be asking, Dungeon, are you okay? Because last episode, I came into your window and there was a sound of a crescendo, and then I rampaged in your ruins and there was nothing you could do in. So, Dungeon, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay, Dungeon? Dungeon, are you okay? You know what? Really, I don't care. I hope you're not okay, in fact, because as smoothly as things went last episode, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be me who's leaving the bloodstains on the carpet this episode. The dungeon giveth, the dungeon taketh away, and it has giveneth, and now it's time for it to taketh away. Darkest Dungeon, it just isn't that easy. And also, contrary to my opening statement, I'm about as smooth of a criminal as, I don't know, what am I, smooth as the time Beavis and Butthead glued a bunch of hair to their faces in an attempt at beards? That's about how smooth I am. Damn, we're smooth. Yeah, that's me. Also, hold on a second, Michael Jackson. As we're gonna go into the dungeon here, let's look and see what's on you. But I got a question for you, Michael Jackson. And I know it's not gonna do me a whole hell of a lot of good to ask because you're dead. But the criminal in your song, Michael Jackson, that guy, he isn't that smooth, Michael Jackson. That criminal is not that smooth. Let's take a look at what he does. He's trying to rob a woman's apartment. Okay, fine. But in the process of robbing that apartment, he breaks a window, gets caught, murders a woman, leaves ample blood evidence at the scene, and then flees, but not in time for you to not get an idea that he's been around and to ask, Annie, are you okay? And immediately discover the crime. These are not the actions of a smooth criminal, Michael. These are the actions of a 2-bit hack. Danny Ocean is a smooth criminal. That guy gets in and out, and even Andy Garcia isn't that miffed that he got robbed. That's how good of a criminal, that's how smooth of a criminal Danny Ocean was. The criminal in your song, Michael Jackson, is a little more like O.J. Simpson. He's the O.J. of smooth criminals, which is to say, not especially smooth, because, also leaving ample evidence at the scene, making a very ostentatious and obvious getaway. There are some corollaries, I think. Maybe Michael Jackson wrote that song about OJ, but I suppose he would have had to have written it like precognitively because OJ murdered his wife after Smooth Criminal. Yeah. I've gotten off into a weird area. Have I gotten off into a weird area? Probably. Let's get back to the task at hand, Darkest Dungeon. We're looking for a medium dungeon. Everybody is pretty much in stress relief because we got the free stress relief event, so we're taking advantage. Two things we could do. We could take a team of level 0 guys into the dungeon. We just don't really have a level 0 team that's going to work because of a lack of healer. So that's, you know what? Never mind. I guess that's out. We could take Primrose Everdeen in, I guess, as a ghetto healer. Or we could take the team that did such fantastic work for us last episode back into the dungeon. And I kind of feel like maybe what we should do is take the team that did such fantastic work for us last episode back into the dungeon. So are we all caught up on skills? Well, we're as caught up as we're going to be because we can't upgrade our instructor, can we? No, we need 24 portraits. Well, that's more than a few. That also makes me a little more hesitant to take these guys into the dungeon. And that means we also definitely can't upgrade weapons and armor, right? Nope, we can't do those either because we need all of the deeds in the universe. Okay, well, bit of a pickle, but we're going to need... Do we have any we could trade in? Not really. Huh. Well, that makes the antiquarian trip actually more tempting. Is there a way we could make this level 0 team with the antiquarian work? Can we do anything to make this go? Do we have an easy mission that we could maybe be... what is he? What are you? Kill the swine prince. Oh boy, the candle of life. That's extraordinarily useful. The sacred scroll I would love to get my hands on. Do we have a team that could kill the sonorous prophet? Not that isn't in stress relief. This would be such a great week to kill him. If only we had Henry Blake, Severus Snape, Matthew Crawley, and Nicholas Brody available, we might be able to take that bastard down. It'd be close. AoE damage is useful in that fight, though, and they really don't have any. So what else is on the menu? I don't want to fight the Swine Prince, which leaves the Cove. With last time we took a level 0 team into the Cove, it ended in unimaginable tragedy. Or alternatively, we could go for a short mission in the Weald to complete 100% of room battles. I don't necessarily hate that. We could take Wash. We could take Jack Dawson. Are we gonna go with no healer though? That's no healer. None. Maybe we take Primrose Everdeen. Ghetto heals from Primrose. Okay, let's try and figure out a way to make this work. Ghetto heals from Primrose Everdeen. Lori Grimes also with the Ghetto heals, so sure. Then maybe we take Bubba. What are we gonna do for damage? This team has such like low damage. We gotta take Terry Bauer, I feel like. We could take Quint. You know what? Yeah. Let's do this all of the stupid. So make sure everybody is, you have Defender, you have Command. I would really rather have Retribution than Command. Quint, you gotta get Retribution, Quint. We need you. Somebody has got to stick up for the people of whatever the town was in Massachusetts that had a lot of people get devoured by Jaws. Was it? I want to say it was Amityville, but I know that's not right because I'm confusing Jaws with the Amityville horror, and the two are absolutely nothing alike. So we're going to take Bartholomew, Quint. Terry Bauer, what skills do you have? You know what? It doesn't really matter what skills you have. Any skills you might happen to have are going to be good enough skills because you're completely useless. You're only there for treasure, which we need. And moreover than treasure, we kind of need heirlooms. Lori Grimes has got her skills sorted. Primrose Everdeen, I'm sure you're fine-ish. Bola is objectively bad. I actually prefer Blind Fire. You know what? Let's just, we can afford a switch here. Let's get rid of Bola, which is crap, and we'll just pick up Blind Fire instead. It's not fantastic, but it's one of the few skills an Arbalist has that allows them to hit the front column. Not to be confused with the fifth column, of course, which is what's currently occupying big chunks of Washington. It's like 12 days into the presidency, and I'm already not happy with my new president. I mean, I wasn't happy before, and I'm sure I wouldn't have been happy with the alternative either. I'm just not a happy man, but in this case, I'm specifically unhappy. Let's provision short mission. No healers or minimal healers. We really have, like, emergency healing only, and we're going into the Weald. So in order to count, or rather counter, or account for, or some other combination of those words that doesn't constitute a performance error, I'm going to take an abundance of food. How about torches? Well, this is still a short mission, and we are still trying to conserve cash. Just going to go with 10. These provisions seem reasonable. Let's cross our fingers and hope no one dies. Cross my fingers and hope I don't die. And if you stick a needle in my eye, I'm going to kick you in the dick. Don't put a needle in my eye. What the hell is wrong with you? What would make you think that that's okay? Stabbing people in the eyes with needles? What are you, Isaac Newton? In Isaac Newton's defense, though, I guess the only person he stabbed in the eye with the needle was himself. And he did it a whole bunch of times in the name of science. So I guess all things considered, it's, you know, not the craziest thing I've ever heard. It's not the sanest thing I've ever heard either, but Isaac Newton wasn't exactly a well-balanced individual. He had some issues. Mostly he had an issue with being an unimaginable genius, but he had other issues too. 82 light. We got a funky tree. Well, I have anti-venom, which is what goes on trees. Or is it a bandage? I can never remember this. I'm pretty sure it's anti-venom. Yep, okay. What did we get? No, that was a straight up gain. Basically, we picked up 2 food for our trouble. We got our anti-venom back. We got the shovel we used earlier in the hallway back. And 2 food. All things considered, pretty solid little haul. I would have preferred cash and prizes or money and heirlooms because we do have to complete 100% of room battles, and this dungeon isn't exactly the best shape for that. But now we can use that newfound shovel to dig up this grave. We can go dig up Michael Jackson and ask him about the whole Smooth Criminal thing. Be like, hey, Michael Jackson, I can be singing a song called Smooth Criminal about a guy who was like the shittiest criminal ever. We have surprised the enemy, and ordinarily I would be in dire straits and desperately afraid for my life, but the fact that we have a Plague Doctor here to throw a little stun around is going to help us out a little bit. And also, Retribution, I feel like, can do some work here because we're going to force a guard. I think we just shoot this man. Only 6 damage. Not gonna lie, I was hoping for a little bit more. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna force our highwaymen to protect our antiquarian and then hope that we get a lot of ripostes going. Here we go. Took 1 damage, returned 6. That's solid work. Our stun is worn off. That's less good. Lori Grimes taking 1. Also a bleed. We can counter that bleed because we've got, of course, battlefield medicine. Gonna get a little riposte here for the kill! How come he didn't leave a corpse? That was a riposte kill. The critical is definitely not what we need, especially when you doubled up the bleed, and now we're bleeding too. Doomsday is going to hit us with a little stress. All things considered, the stress attack is not a problem. The one irritating thing about the stress attack is it does deny us a chance for our riposte and guard. These guys are very much ignoring our marked targets, by the way, too, which irritates me. I self-marked. You're supposed to be attacking me now? We could try a stun here. We're already riposting. You know what? Yeah, let's see if we can stun one of these dogs. We gotta try and mitigate a little damage. You don't have to get down, so I guess we'll have you go for the festering vapors. Maybe we can stack a little blight on this guy. I mean, the blight that we get out of this is not huge, but if we get a little cooperation from Primrose, I was gonna say it might be enough. It was not enough. And he dodged the riposte, so he got away with the stress attack. I'm gonna trust the festering vapors to do its job. Let's stack some blight on this dog. He has resisted shit. Well, let's see if you can resist the sun, shit stain. Yeah, take that. Although we are no longer riposting, which is unfortunate. Okay, you gotta stack some blight on him or just kill him outright, Terry Bauer, that's fine. Then we can get 8 out of Primrose Everdeen, and suddenly things have turned around. Maybe we've turned the corner. We've turned over a new leaf. We've turned an egg over easy. We've turned a flapjack to the side that isn't all the way cooked yet. You know what? Just go for the festering vapors. I was thinking about just trying to go for the guard and get some riposte kills, but we can actually just kill this guy before he gets a chance to go again. That's the much better play. We will retribution you just in case. It definitely has fatal damage, and we're going to go for a ghetto heal here because we can. Primrose is bleeding a little bit, but, you know, as long as she's bleeding, she's not getting exploded in a crowd full of people. So that's going to make Katniss pretty happy. Also, we got to remember we got to interact with every curio with our antiquarian. This is why the antiquarian is here. So shockingly, this map is extraordinarily useful. We got to complete 100% of room battles. Now we know we can skip all of this shit. This is our last room battle. This is good. Well, I mean, we got this room battle too. It's a room battle with treasure. Treasure! It has treasure. It's like a Flyleaf song. That night, it felt it was treasured. Alright. Fatty Moombatty here is a problem, but we're not going to be able to get him. And we don't really have anybody else who can deal with this Fusilier. Let's start working him over. 9 damage is a pretty good start. That's got us most of the way home. And in fact, if this Blight kicks in, that's fatal damage. You're going to protect me? And then we're going to... This big guy's going to be real stun resistant? Yeah, alright. Rain of Whips. We are not riposting, unfortunately. The stress and the bleeds are going to be the big problem. We got to get a riposte off, so let's just throw a retribution here. We want to try and get counter swings, and now we are marked. Here comes the slice and dice. Took 4, traded 4. It'll do. It'll do. Then we're going to go for the Festering Vapors. Did 0 damage, but did tick off a Blight, so that's going to get us a whole 3. How much are you bleeding? Nah, you guys are fine. We'll be better off to go for a little more Blight action here. Followed by an arrow to the heart. I was hoping that'd get us in range where the Blight might be fatal. It did not. We're going to take at least 1 more. Stress is becoming a little bit of a problem. Gonna shank Primrose Everdeen. Primrose Everdeen with the dodge. If only she had been quite so good in District whatever, she might have stayed alive. Did you get the stun? Alright, well, I mean, the stun gambit was a bit of a gambit there. It was more of a gambit than actual gambit, who is, in fact, not really much of a gambit at all. Perfidious Pete, not a fan of gambit. I don't like him. He's a bad X-Man. He's got also possibly one of the most powerful mutant powers ever. And what does he do with it? Throws cards at people. Well, it could turn potential energy into kinetic energy. Well, good. Why don't you throw something that's heavier than a goddamn playing card? Oh, that would be too devastating. And also way less cool, mon ami. Gambit is the budget Justin Wilson, except he can't cook. Who's bleeding the most? 2 for 2. 2 for 3. Well, we're going to cure that bleed then. Critical bleed cure. 4 stress relief. I'll take it. This guy's dead, by the way, so we're not really going to worry much about what he's got going on. If we can get off a couple rounds of heal here, that would be vastly to our benefit. Let's just, here, guard, let's say, Primrose Enemy. You don't have a heal, do you? No, you don't know Fortifying Vaders. Well, I guess you can just get down. It does have the ability to increase your speed by 3. It does bad things to our party position. Big old gold surplus, though. I'm happy with that. Restore the party position immediately. I don't want that antiquarian there. Let's use the bandage and eat some food. We do still have one more hallway battle to go. In fact, we've got plenty of food here. Let's just top off. Give everybody a little bit of a nosh. We did not bring a key, but that's okay. We did bring an antiquarian, and they're nothing if not expendable. You have the blight. Well, fortunately, we have this anti-venom. We thought ahead. All right, who's on trap duty? 60, 50, 70. Sorry, Lori Grimes. Oh, she did it! Lori Grimes with the dank stress relief. Nicely done. Really wish we had not just used that bandage. Oh, well, this is what our antiquarian is for. Hero's covered in a sticky goo and got slow draw. Yeah. We really don't care. Mummified remains, is it? No, it's bandages for this too. Hero becomes diseased by the remains. I thought antiquarians were supposed to have an increased chance of negating negative curio effects. Am I insane, or is that not supposed to be a thing? Well, this is into dungeon, so as long as we can get through this one, we're going to come out of this. Annie, are you okay? Wait, that was a terrible metaphor. Annie was not okay. We don't want to come out of this like Annie. She was not okay, Pete. Little stress relief. Nice critical there from Primrose Everdeen. Yeah, I'm not giving Primrose Everdeen enough credit, I think. She's been, on all the missions she's been on, she's done a pretty good job. Now we're blighted 3 for 3 rounds. This is less good. Protect me, please. I don't want to get bitten by the spiders again. And then we're going to go straight up for the riposte. We need to cure that blight. Lori Grimes is just not stalwart enough to withstand that kind of damage. After giving birth to Carl, she's all wrecked out. Also, I got to imagine raising Carl must have just been fucking exhausting. As accident-prone as that kid is, you know keeping him alive as an infant had to have been a tough gig. We're just going to go ahead and bonk this spider to death. Or not. We are, There's the kill for Primrose Everdeen. We're good. I was a little worried there for a second. Oh, well, the resisted blight is not fantastic. Well, this guy's definitely dead unless he dodged. Okay. I should stop making declarative statements now, because Darkest Dungeon is just determined to make an asshole out of me. We cannot riposte when we are stunned. This guy already has fatal damage. If this blight sticks, that spider does too. Alright, so let's throw a heal here. Big heal from Prim. Oh, you're stunned, so you're not doing anything. And now it's back to speed rolls. We beat him! Cure that blight. And spiders drop dead. Spiders drop dead. Spiders drop dead. Oh, another heal. Fine, I'll take it. Now spiders drop dead. There we go. Good. Dungeon is complete, but we ain't leaving yet. We got an antiquarian in a now monster-free dungeon. We're going to be looking for valuables because we have not found enough valuables yet. So we're going to do a little wandering here. This is going to get us a little extra stress accumulation, but we have food, so we're not worried about starving. We have enough explorables to get our way around. We don't have to actually backtrack either. We can come into this room since we know it's empty and then turn around. Speaking of empty, I'm feeling a little like Forrest Gump here, running on empty, running blind. Wait, Forrest Gump had money while he was running around. He wasn't running on empty. He said when he was hungry, he ate. Other than that, though, you know, when he had to go, he went, and then basically other than that, it was just the running. He did help some people out. I got a soft spot for Forrest Gump. I got a soft spot for Tom Hanks. Is that common? I think pretty much everybody has a soft spot for Tom Hanks. This is not not having a soft spot for Tom Hanks is not an unpopular opinion.
Gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
Okay, we're down to one more hunger prompt, but we really only want to go 2 more ticks. Antiquarian? We didn't pick up a bandage somewhere, did we? We did not. Alright. Now, you can't get slow draw again, so the damage there is done. Well, it's reinforced. Don't really care. I think slow draw is what, -1 speed? -4 speed on the first round? Yeah, who cares? Our Antiquarian was never intended to be going first anyway. It's all fine and good. Do we want to fight this extra hallway fight for 1 curio? Looking at our stress levels, I just think fighting for a curio that we're not sure what it is a bad value proposition. Let's just beat it. Another Michael Jackson reference. No one wants to be defeated, and fortunately, we weren't. We weren't defeated at all. We showed them how tough, showed them how strong. What is it? We showed them how come I can't remember the lyrics to beat it? Oh, we show them how funky, how strong is our fight. There, that's what we did. It doesn't matter who's wrong or right, because we just beat it. Always was curious to see the video for Beat It, and I was very disappointed when it definitely didn't turn out to be about masturbation. So, bonus stress in a cove. Well, no fear, we're probably not ever going to go there. Plus 15% damage against humans and reduce stress against humans. It matters. And Bubba Blue getting bounce. Bounce is actually really good for a Man-at-Arms. Little EXP for everybody, taking them all up. Terry Bauer making it to rank 1. Bubba and the rest of the crew. Or wait, was this Quint? I forgot. I can't even remember who this was. Were you Quint or were you Bubba Blue? Who did we take on that mission? That was Bubba. We should have took Quint. We took the wrong guy. Ah, well, you know what, Bubba? You did a good job. You deserve some time off and maybe a bucket of shrimp. So, Nick Bradshaw, 65 stress. Maud Flanders got rid of 55. Rita Morgan is moving sluggishly after a long night of drinking on the town and recovered 45 stress. Henry Brake. I can't talk today. I've apparently had a stroke and suffered some kind of catastrophic but unsubtle brain damage. Henry Blake prayed and got 15 back. Snape got 45. Terry Bauer is now an apprentice antiquarian. I would say we should check the stagecoach. You know what? We should check the stagecoach, actually. If there's somebody we maybe want... I really want a grave robber. She has the perfect... This is the perfect grave robber. Do we want to fire someone, then, in order to pick up a grave robber? You know, we have a lot of Crusaders. Do I want to rock 3 Crusaders? What skills did you have, Hallie? I don't know, man. Mankind Hater and Precise Striker are both really good. Grave robbers are excellent. We could fire Terry. You know what? We'll just fire Terry Bauer. Do we fire Terry Bauer and pick up Scotland? You know what? Yeah. I kind of think we didn't spend any money on you, did we, Terry Bauer? Nope, we sure didn't. Well, guess what? You're fired then. So long, Bauer. Beat it. And we're taking Scotland instead. We got some use out of that antiquarian. We took her down into a dungeon. We used it to round up a little extra gold. We got out with a little bonus cash and prizes. We did to Terry Bauer what the first season of 24 did to Terry Bauer. We used her as a plot coupon, and then we wadded her up and threw her in the trash like a used Kleenex or a soiled condom. And I'm going to wrap things up with a soiled condom reference. If you enjoyed the episode, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Support really does mean a lot. If you'd like to see more Darkest Dungeon, consider subscribing as well. Post new episodes every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Right now, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.